Welcome back to the city of Savannah, Georgia. That's right, my friends, we're back. I love this town, and there was a museum that the last time I was here I didn't get to see because it has kind of weird hours, but it's open today. I'm passing through and I wanted to see it, so let's go see Graveface. Last time we were here we took a look at where Forrest Gump was filmed. Cobblestone streets. This area down here is really cool. There's all kinds of candy stores and restaurants and things like that to check out. And the Georgia Queen if you want to go on a riverboat. All festive for Christmas. The museum is down here. I had to walk to it a little bit. Mad Hatter. I wonder if he's seen the Graveface. Here you can see there's a little walking bridge up there. Everybody's walking across and they're putting love locks up there. Alright, I found it. Oddities, true crime, macabre, and unusual history. I think that's our style. Nice. There are those wacky hours, Thursday through Sunday. This is great. I assure you we're open. Reminds me of Clerks. Taxidermy and a devil's face to walk through. And all the clowns. It's a nice warm up.
For you, my friends.
Teletubby. That's creepy. I wonder what the heck that is. Alright, we're going in.
Welcome in.
Are they conjoined? Oh, the chest.
Make them look a little different than normal. Clementine, she has 5 legs. That is how she is freaky. Now she's a little less obvious than maybe her other freaky counterparts. Over in the left corner, you'll see the 2-headed animal. Now, everything you're seeing behind the wall, that is what was there when we first got here, but it was not perfectly posed up like this when we first saw it. It was way more disheveled, had some garbage mixed in. So we cleared the garbage, and then we brought in somebody who understands hoodoo better, and we let them do all.
This one says it's a Haitian voodoo skull with stitching on the eyes. Wow. Look, they have the Jersey Devil here. That's him. Clementine, the 5-legged cow. There's Clementine right there. Yep, she's got 5 of them. So the walls here were actually from a mysteriously burned down house of a woman named Madame Truth, who was like the head of voodoo around here. Her house just mysteriously burned down, and what they could salvage they brought here. That's the house of Madame Truth that burned down. Here they're talking about Homer Tate. He was a guy who used to take like real hair, parts from animals, and then make like the weird animals you'd see at the fair and the sideshows. That's Fish Girl. Here you can see this one has 2 heads. He created those. That's another Homer Tate in there. Full body. These would be on display at like fairs. It says Wolf Boy. They have another Wolf Boy here too. Oh no, that's just the sign for Wolf Boy. They have, this is called the Devil Child. Shrunken head. That's a Homer Tate. This one down here is also a Homer Tate creation. Fiji mermaids. More shrunken heads. Look at that weird thing. It's got like freaking a snake coming out of its mouth or nose or whatever that. I don't know. That's crazy. That's some sort of weird baby. Some baby show. The spider fawn. I've never seen the spider fawn before. And a taxidermied circus bear on a unicycle. That's kind of cool. I also have an Ed GEIN house experience here I'm kind of excited to see. What the heck? Look at this. Anton LaVey. Stanton LaVey. That's a drawing by Richard Ramirez. Night Stalker. And this one is beheading someone. You can see he's got a head down here. Robin Geck, the Chicago Ripper. It's his art. This Jack and Jill was addressed, and it still has the mailing label to David Berkowitz. Son of Sam. That's also mail that was sent to him in prison. And at the bottom of the picture, instead of saying Son of Sam, it says Son of Hope. That is a drawing by Damien Eccles. He was one of the West Memphis Three, one of the kids accused of being the killers of those boys in the West Memphis Three. Looks like a vampire killing kit right there. The Oddfellows skeleton, it says. Little coffins. It's a baby coffin. Oh, this is all stuff from the Oddfellows. It's an executioner robe. There's creepy masks. It's an Oddfellows skull. It's like things written all over it. It says from the 1880s. That is really creepy. That is really creepy. Wax head from embalming school. Yikes. This is an embalming and anesthesia machine from the 1940s. It's not all creepy stuff. They do have some pinball machines, but that's kind of creepy. Michael. In a clown costume, so it's probably John Wayne Gacy. Willie Talks. Creepy little fellow entered our flagship store in a box of beat up records with a couple other battered toys from some neighborhood guy. Since putting it in the shop, whoever was working would occasionally hear their name whispered when no one was around. Whew. Mysterious doll head. There's an Undertaker's manual. That is a painting by Ed Warren. Ed Warren has, well, they have a museum with some really creepy stuff in there. I think Annabelle the doll is in there. All kinds of weird heads and stuff in here. There's the pinball machines with some cool art on the walls. You can have some fun here. It's not all creepy. That house is the Ed GEIN experience. That is a cast of Grady Stiles' hand, Lobster Boy. That is one of the craziest stories. That guy was awful. He like abused and beat basically his whole family. So his wife and son and the neighbor all like planned a whole thing to kill him and did. Two-headed babies. Where's Scott Michaels when you need him? He'd be all over that. That is Captain Don's Cabaret of Marvels. Interesting. Never heard of it. Some cool art, the Sword Swallower. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Ed GEIN experience now.
Unaware, he was a Wisconsin-based grave robber and murderer in the 1940s and 50s. In a 12-year span, he killed 2 women, dug up 9 other women, and made things out of their skin like furniture and clothing. Unfortunately, he inspired a lot of honestly super classic horror movies. For example, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, Silence of the Lambs, Psycho, more recently things like Terrifier, American Horror Story as well. We'll talk about that downstairs, kind of go through the event versus reality of what GEIN was actually making out of his victims, whose movies and shows tend to exaggerate, make things up, causes a lot of confusion. And then upstairs, we'll talk about the facts of the case itself, like how he was caught, the aftermath, things like that. No written evidence up there as well. I will say it's pretty graphic all around just because of the nature of the case. So we obviously have quite a lot to discuss in here. We're going to start with the two lamps you're going to see. One here on top of the fridge, one in this backside room with lampshades made from special effects human skin. Contrary to popular belief, Ed Gein actually did not make human skin lampshades at any point. He did not have any electricity in his house in the first place. We didn't simply no lamps to make lampshades for. He was using human skin to upholster chairs and furniture, not faces or hair girls, but he did use tanned human skin, which is effectively like people leather. After this ever put over here on the table, another pretty widespread rumor about Gein is that he was also allegedly a cannibal. He was not eating his victims. As I mentioned outside, there were mostly dead bodies that he'd been digging up, so they were embalmed.
Alright, now we're going upstairs where all the facts are.
If you guys notice, all the photographs, a lot of gunshot wounds, a lot of dead bodies.
This is all stuff from the Ed Gein case, including the farm that he was living at when he did all this. And when they found what he had done, these were all the bones, all the bone fragments they found around his property. So took a photo of them, and then this photo is actually all the stuff, all the evidence they took from his house, but they obtained it without a search warrant, and so it was inadmissible, and they ended up burning everything except the lead investigator, who's this guy. He actually saved a lock of hair that was Ed Gein's keychain, and they have it here, so I'm going to show you. The investigators found it, apparently kind of kept it, and that is it. That is a lock of someone's hair, they don't know whose, and his keychain that he attached.
But it's one of those things where it's just like aesthetic over like what you actually.
And this is the man who donated that. And then that same man did investigations on mob crimes, mob hits, and this was a skull from a mob hit. And there's Ed Gein's fingerprints. Look at that crazy chandelier.
It's crazy how that works. I think all of history is.
So she said the other thing they have here of Ed Gein's is this iron. It was his family's iron, and they're using it as a doorstop. Apparently the same investigator also took that as kind of a souvenir. They're even letting me hold it. That's crazy. I'm almost afraid of what he could have done with this, or what he did do with this. Alright, now we're going to go upstairs and see this last bit. Oh yeah. There's the Heaven's Gate guy, and look what they have of his. It's the Heaven's Gate VCR. Whatever they watched, they took it too far. Also says some of the Heaven's Gate VHS tapes. And that's a crime scene photo. After they drank that stuff. Jim Jones glasses. Kool-Aid packets taken from Jonestown. I kid you not. God, what an awful creep that guy was. First printing of Dianetics over on Hubbard. I'm wondering why that's in here. That's interesting. Huh. It says that these are Charles Manson's sweat shorts or sweatpants. And an original Spawn Ranch sign, it says. Literally says original Spawn Ranch sign. There's a photo of Manson with a handwritten note. And then over here, that is a shirt that says The Adventures of David Koresh. It's kind of sick. They have one of his Bibles here. And this is crazy. Eileen Wuornos underwear. Remember Charlize Theron portrayed her. A Tanya Harding signed ice skate. And then they have John Wayne Bobbitt's porno, Frankenpenis, the ad for that. And of course, Lorena Bobbitt, a photo of her. And they have one of her recipes here for cheese stuffed fish with beer batter. John Wayne Gacy.
You're so real for that.
That is a model of the inside of John Wayne Gacy's house.
So it's a...
There's a ton of Gacy stuff in here. Pogo the Clown.
If you see how broad these people are on this photos. Like, men are always incredibly broad.
Those are super collectible.
Pretty easy for
If you saw my vlog, I met a guy that collects a bunch of these. He also has like Jeffrey Dahmer's fork and stuff like that. There's a self-portrait. Yeah, at the time he was alive, the guy was telling me that you could just mail off and he would send you a catalog and tell you the price of things. He loved to do Disney stuff. Apparently Hitler. Never seen that before. Yeah, he loved to do Disney, so you could get Disney things, you could get Universal Monsters like that one. And the ones of Pogo the Clown seem to be the most popular, most collectible. And there's actually one of his price lists. Lots of Seven Dwarfs. I've never seen any that he put Snow White in. It's just always the Seven Dwarfs. It's crazy that this entire room is all his stuff. Paintings, art, and that wall is photos of all of his victims. And that was John Wayne Gacy's candy bag. So here they have a full-size recreation of his crawl space. Look at that, the bones and everything back there. Well, my friends, that place was crazy. And it's been like 2 years since I've been here trying to see that place, so it's totally worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you all next time. Have a great night, and goodbye.